Hello and welcome to the wonderful world of old sheet music. I'm your host, Nicholas Carroll. Tonight I am looking at a booklet of about 3 different waltzes. I'm going to choose just one of them. I looked at all of them, but I'm just going to play this one. This one's called Love Secrets and Secret d'Amour there, which is the French, and then Waltz Elegante. We got a composer that was advertised on a different piece, though I haven't played a piece by him yet. This is J.S. Zeminisnik. He is a child of Czechoslovakian parents, though he was born in Ohio, and he became a prolific composer of silent movie music. This particular piece is not from one of the silent movies. This was particularly written for the Sam Fox Publishing Company in Cleveland, Ohio, which is actually where he was from. This was copyright 1911. He was born in 1897 and he lived to be 81. So this would have been pretty early on when he wrote this. So it was probably before his silent movie film career really took off. So this thing is a standard waltz. It has the 3 different sections you would expect in a waltz. It has the pretty much intro section, and it has a bit of a trio section, and then it has an ending section. They're all in different keys. This is kind of like a famous waltz format. When I say that, it's a format that was basically created by Johann Strauss Jr., who's well known as the Waltz King. He wrote Blue Danube, Tales from Vienna Woods, those sorts of things. And a lot of other people who wrote waltzes basically just kept doing it in that format. So we do have that type of writing for this. It's several pages long, and so I'm going to go right into it here. I haven't played it before, like I keep saying. It looks a little easier than the last one I played, but it's certainly not easy. But I'm going to try to be careful of the key changes. That's one of the harder things when you're sight reading something that changes keys a whole lot. But we'll see how I do. So that's Love's Secret by J.S. Zemeshnik. And it does have kind of the standard thing that waltz melodies often use. It's something that Johann Strauss Jr. used a lot, where they do something like this. It's overshooting the interval that your ear wants to hear, like you think it's going to go. But instead of doing the interval you think, it does when you want to hear. So it kind of like gives you this anticipation that like your ear wants to hear the other part. And then other things that waltzes do in other sections, it's a similar. You want to hear, but we hear D instead. So it creates kind of this anticipation and tension, I guess you could say. It keeps you listening for when it finally resolves, usually towards the end of the phrase, and you finally hear them instead of. So that's something that is often in waltzes. This piece used it a whole lot. That's why I wanted to point it out. If you're interested in music theory or composition, that's something that you could do. I like the middle section that had all the staccato notes a lot. That was the part I liked the best. And then the rest of it was all, pretty much very repetitious of the beginning, which is fine. It's not a critique. It's not negative, anyway. So that is that. This is from, like I said, a Sam Fox waltz folio. It had 3 waltzes in it. They're all by the same person, except for one of them, which actually is missing from mine. I have, this is the back. Obviously, there's supposed to be a back cover. So I do have a table of contents, but I don't have all the pieces, so that's one of the reasons I just picked one to play. That piece, like I mentioned earlier, was 1911. This was from 1922, so this came out a good bit after the piece was written. This was bought at Volkwein's in Pittsburgh, which is actually still there. I don't think they'd sell Sam Fox Publishing anymore, but interesting when you see that. I'm going to show you, but you probably won't be able to see it. There's like a really faded stamp, like ink stamp that they would have put on here in 1920, whatever it was bought. I wouldn't say 22, it was probably bought after that date that it was published, but somewhere around there.